You guys, it's Karen, and it's very blue around here, isn't it? I thought I'd use the blue background for a change and didn't plan on wearing a blue top, but it just happened and now it looks like we're under the sea. Hopefully it's not too much. Today we are talking face theory products. I have got 5 products to talk about. 4 of them are empties and 1 of them I have just bought and have been using for 3 or 4 days. So not too many, but I think enough for me to give you a little kind of overview. So yeah, I shall just get stuck in because I definitely have some thoughts. The first one is the CeraC Pore Reducing Toner. This is one that I found really difficult to find a way to use, and I think I told you that when I showed you these in a haul video, I think it was. I started off by just using it, you know, it comes in a pump bottle, by putting it onto a cotton pad and trying to wipe it over my face, but it actually doesn't work like that because it's more of a serum. And so if you put it onto a cotton pad, the cotton pad just absorbs it and you're sort of, you know, sort of dragging it across your face. So then I was sort of pumping it into my hands and trying to use it like that, but it's just ever so slightly too liquidy of a serum to use it like that. You know, it's more of a very watered down serum, and somebody suggested using it in a spray bottle, so I put some of it in a spray bottle and was trying to use it that way. But I don't know whether the problem there was just my spray bottle or this formula, but it felt quite aggressive. You know, I'd spray it and was like, oh God, it's like I've just been hit in the face, you know. It just wasn't pleasant to use. I just couldn't find a great way to use it. But the actual product itself was nice enough. It just doesn't feel like a toner to me. And I loved the ingredients, you know, reading it, it's, what did I say was in it? It's a niacin toner, and you guys know I have yet to find a toner, a niacin product that I love, although there is one here that is a niacin product that may be the answer I'm looking for. So that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping that I had found something that had niacin in it that I could use. So this is definitely not a repurchase for me, not something that I enjoyed using at all. I think I still have that sort of clear spray bottle that I tried to use it in, and I'll probably throw it away. It just wasn't for me. So I was going to buy some, you know, another type of this, because there was another one that I wanted to try that wasn't available at the time, and so I chose this. But now, having experienced their toners, I wouldn't repurchase any of them. Next, on to one of the serums, and this one is the Regena C20 serum. Looks like that. There's a tiny bit left in here. Let me show you. So, oh, drop off? No, it's only the tiniest bit. It's a very lovely feeling serum. It's quite sticky, and it smells, there's a very strong scent to the serums. I noticed that immediately, a very, very strong scent. That actually doesn't smell too bad, but I kept putting these serums, I'd used them for a few days. These 2, this is the Regena Calm Serum Pro and this one is the C20 serum, both smell to me like smoky bacon after using them for a few days. And I would use them for a few days and go, oh, I really can't stand the smell, and I'd put them aside, and then I'd start using them again and they didn't smell too bad, and then the smell would bother me. There it smells more, I don't know, I can't put, it's definitely not a fragrance smell, you know, it is something more industrial, but yeah, the scent would definitely bother me after using it. But more than that, this and this other one actually would ball up. No matter what else I used with this, it would always ball up, and I would end up, I'd do my layering and my skin would feel lovely. This always went on lovely, made my skin feel beautiful, but no matter what else I used with it, I'd be like, oh, what's that? You know, and my skin care would start coming off, and I'd be sitting there with these little rolls, and I'd absolutely detest that. And I'd end up taking it off, you know, using a cotton pad with micellar water on it, cleansing my face and going through the whole process again without using this. And so that's a big downside for me in both the scent and the fact that it balled up. And I'll be saying pretty much the same thing with this. It does feel lovely. It's the C in it, the vitamin C is sodium ascorbyl phosphate, so it's a vitamin C derivative. I love the ingredients. I have no issue with the ingredients in any of these, but and I love the feel of it, but the scent and the fact that it balled up just was a no-go for me. And this was £18.99. The toner was £14.99. This was £18.99. So these aren't inexpensive products. So not a repurchase for me. This Regena Calm serum is the pro one. So this is the one with 3% retinol. And it's supposed to be a kind of encapsulated, non-irritating type, let's say that. You can see it's the same sort of, it's a silky feeling serum. And I had tried this because, you know, I had all of those issues with retinol, but this one irritated me as well. But thankfully I didn't use it too much, so I didn't get too much irritation from it, because again, I had the exact same issue. There's quite a lot left in here actually, because it would ball up no matter what else I used with it, and the scent would bother me. So they just weren't a pleasure to use. The feel of them, the serums are amazing. They feel very, very silky. My skin feels lovely after using them. And I could use them if I literally just use that and nothing else. No moisturiser, no oil, nothing else after them, just use this. But the minute I put anything else on with them, my skincare would pill, and I just didn't enjoy that. And I didn't enjoy the scent either. Like I said, after a few days of using them, I was like, I'm not enjoying this at all. So sadly for me, they are a fail and not a repurchase. But I do know that some people love all Face Theory products and really get on well with these. So, you know, it's weird, isn't it, that we all smell things very differently. So that could be something that, you know, let us know in the comments if you can smell smoky bacon from these, or what you smell when you use their serums, and also if you have that balling up issue. I know that there are, you know, people will probably leave advices on how to avoid that, but I've got lots and lots of serums that I don't have that issue with, so it's not something that I feel I need to try and do that with. You know, I need to try and find a solution for, because I've got lots of serums I use that I don't need to do that with, if that makes sense, that are just easy to use without having that problem. Funny enough, that it's normally niacin and sodium hyaluronate is normally the serums that I have problems with, that not vitamin C serums or retinol. I think both of them have hyaluronic acid in them though, but quite low on the list. Next is their relaxing night cream. This comes in a choice of unscented or lavender scented. I wouldn't recommend getting the lavender scented one, but it's nice that they've given you the choice. I think that's really good. This one is the unscented, and this one is £10.99, which I think is a really good price, and it is a lovely cream. I really, really love putting this on. There's no scent, so it doesn't bother me, but do you know what? It balls up with no matter what I use it with, which is really, really unusual. I've never had that from a cream. So I can go through a process of cleanse, say lactic acid from The Ordinary, and then, I can't think, just a serum that I would normally use, and then a night cream that I would use, and that's absolutely fine. If I swap out that night cream for this, my skincare balls up. It's the oddest thing. Actually saying that, it's normally when I use an oil, but there's other night creams that I can use with the oil that I've been using that don't ball up, but when I use this, it balls up. It's the oddest thing. There's obviously something about the way they formulate them, or something they put in them, that for me, it just causes it to ball up. I'm seeing if it does it on my hand, and it's not, but obviously I haven't got anything else on it. Well, I suppose I've put these serums underneath. No, it's doing it ever so slightly. It is doing it ever so slightly, you know. Unbelievable. It's just so bizarre, because it's such a shame, because I really love this, and I don't know how to explain to you whether you would have that issue. If you're somebody that's never had that with maybe niacin and hyaluronic acids, then maybe it's not something that will happen to you, because this is really nice. And for £10.99 for an unscented night cream, it feels really, it even looks luxury. It's so like silky feeling. It's really moisturising. I really love it, and it feels lovely going on, but I just hate the fact that I put it on and then 5 minutes later I'm like, oh no, I can feel it's all sort of almost cracking, you know, and I can feel that it's going to need to come off, and it's just horrible. It's such a shame. So again, that is not a repurchase for me, but I'm really sad about that one, because, you know, there's nothing else that I have that is a problem with it. The final product I've just bought, and it's the Porebright N10 Serum. So this is the niacinamide serum. This is the one I would expect to ball up, but I'm still in search of a niacin serum, so I was prepared to give it a try, and thank goodness I did, because you know what? It's not balling up on me. And I'm so surprised because, like I said, niacin and hyaluronic acid are normally the serums that I can almost guarantee will ball up on my skin. And these two, vitamin C and retinol, are not ones that I've ever had an issue with, but with Face Theory I have. But this is a Face Theory niacin, and it doesn't ball up on me at all, and it feels amazing. This is niacin and azelaic acid. And it is beautiful. You only need the tiniest drop, so I put a couple of drops on there and it just glides on. And even when I did that, I put it on my skin and I thought, oh, this is lovely, but I bet you this is gonna ball up, and it didn't at all. So I don't know whether I've just been lucky or I haven't, you know, put it on with different products, and it may be to come, but so far so good. It feels beautiful going on, sinks in nicely. Maybe it's the addition of the azelaic acid with it that's preventing that happening. I'm doing an updated skincare routine soon, so you will see that in my routine and how I'm using it. Feels lovely. Even there, just my skin feels beautiful. I love azelaic acid as an ingredient, and so to put that with niacin means that I've got my niacin finally, and I've also got the lovely addition of azelaic acid. So I really, really like this, and if that continues to work in the way it has, then that will definitely be a repurchase for me. So finally, one of them that I like. So I know a lot of you were waiting for this review, and I was really trying to love one of these because I obviously only had these 4 and I just recently got this, and I just felt like, you know, surely I'm not going to go on and say I don't like any of them. Because I feel like sometimes I'm just ultra picky. And so I wanted to love one of them and just thought, no, try again. Maybe you can get over the smell, or maybe if you use a different product it won't ball up or something like that, you know. So I'm really pleased that I love this one. But overall, I'm not saying at all that they are a bad product range at all. I think they're a very good product range. I think they're a good price point for the combination of ingredients. I think they're a good choice for you if you like that kind of thing. I think for me, this is a great one for me because niacin and azelaic acid there's a little gap in my routine for that, but I in general prefer single product ingredients. So, you know, Decay, the Ordinary, is good for me. But if you prefer concoctions, then this is a good company for you. They're really good ingredients. It's great that with a lot of their products you can choose whether to have it scented or unscented. And like I said, they're not drugstore prices, but they're not extortionate. And there's nothing horrible in the ingredients. It's just for me that experience is not there when I don't like the smell and when it balls up on my skin. But that's just me. So this is definitely one of those videos where it will be great if you guys let us know in the comments your experiences, so that, you know, there's a bigger picture, because this is only one experience I'm telling you about. That's everything. I'll let you know about this, like I said, in my upcoming skincare routine, updated skincare routine. I'll tell you what I'm wearing. I have got on the No. 7 foundation drops. I mixed it in today with their Airbrush Away primer, the Radiance one. The only reason I'm always wearing that foundation is not because it's my favourite, actually. It's just because I normally put a self-tan on if I'm going to film, and that's the only foundation I have dark enough. The rest of my foundations are a bit too light. On my eyes is the Anastasia Norvina palette. Is that right, Anastasia? I always say that, don't I? I don't know whether it's Anastasia Norvina or just Norvina, but it's the Norvina palette. On my cheeks is the Urban Decay back something palette. I can't remember, but it's a blush called Cheapshot in that palette. And then on my lips, honestly, is such a mishmash of lipsticks that I can't even tell you. I couldn't get the colour right at all. I was like, that's too light, then that's too dark. So it's such a mix. That's everything. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll speak to you again soon.